Hello everybody, this is quixQuery, and today we are back playing some more QuixPack. And I was thinking about how we wanted to go about maybe starting to build whatever building we're going to build here, and maybe thinking about some of the storage stuff we could get together. Been doing a bit of work with mystical agriculture and some other stuff, but I was thinking about a potential palette, and you could do something kind of like this, and it might look kind of interesting as a wall, because you have all these bricks, and then you have this right here, but it's just another brick in the wall. But in all seriousness, we need to figure out what the layout of this area is going to be, whether we need to expand these walls out at some point, or so on and so forth. And I have an idea as far as what I want to do for this main building right here. And so I am going to outline it. What are we going to outline this in? Let's just pick a block. Let's just use netherrack because it's easy to mine up. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. And map some stuff out here real quick. Okay, so this is kind of the shape I'm going for with stuff. And I think that the 11 block thing here, which brings us up to like 23 or something like that, with the additional block in the middle, of course, then should be a 23 by 23 square right here. Should be pretty good as far as what I have in mind, because I honestly don't want this to be the main part of our building. It's not supposed to have all the space in the world or anything like that. Honestly, there's going to be some sort of elevator or something that takes us up to an area up there that will be most of our stuff, but we'll get around to that eventually. We need to figure out what block we want to use for this building, but anyway, as far as shape goes, this is kind of the shape that I want this to have. Like this. You can kind of see it's like in like an exponentially form of sorts. Whoop. Yeah, that's super specific. Anyway, this kind of like exponential form, and then at the top we'll have like this square hallway going around it, and that's where most of our machines and stuff will be, and all of our crafting and other stuff like that. And yeah, and so actually no, this is the edge right there. The reason those are there is to mark where the center is of these, and so this will come in from all the sides, and then on the corner it will kind of go at a diagonal, like so. And you can see that, yeah, and so it'll kind of come up diagonally and pretty much the same thing, and so each layer will still be a square. And yeah, and so that's a key part of this build. We might even do some fancy stuff and remove one of the corners just for fun on all of the layers. And yeah, yeah, actually that does sound really pretty cool, and so I think we might do that. Remove the corner on all the layers, make this a little more rounded of a square. Yeah, that definitely sounds good. But I'm just brainstorming ideas out loud here. And so we need a block or two to build this with. Something that's easily obtainable and will look good in mass quantities. And, or, you know what the other thing that could look cool is? If we put one type of block along the diagonal right here on all four corners, that could help break up the texture and of whatever other block is in here. And then we could also do it along the middle lines right here, and so that we kind of have the one on the corner, one in the middle, and the other corner as well. And so that gives us two textures to work with as far as building this tower. It'll make it look a little nicer, and just give us more to work with when we come around to building some of the other stuff. Ooh, not bad for sure. What we're using here are some X-tones, and this is, we kind of have like a clean grayish palette right here, with a bit of a grid system going on, but that's okay. The grid system actually does not throw off the whole build right here because it's square-ish anyway, and so, you know, you kind of want to add on to the fact that we have these squares that we're building with, and so we can use that to our advantage in deciding, you know, what types of blocks we can and can't use. And so we just real quick, no, not like that. We want something like this would be what this first layer looks like, and then the second layer, ooh, these actually take a while to mine, would go something like this. And this will be the corner, with this coming out a little more, and yeah, something like that. And so that's what the outside here would look like if we were to do something like this. And then obviously we would keep going with so on and so forth, like this, all the way up to whatever. And right now this is just a temporary thing. We're just kind of deciding what on earth this is getting a general sense of what this is gonna look like, so that we can, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do this today. Actually, we might be able to repurpose this to craft X-tone tiles for us. Ooh, I actually really like that idea. Okay, let's get this furnace on going over here. Let's because these are both X-tones, and what you can do with X-tones is you can just throw them in here. And you can see you can transfer between any of the different types of X-tones, and so on and so forth. When you're at the base form, and this is just base tank, the regular type of tank. However, and when you're in each of these X-tones, you can left shift and then scroll through these to see all the different potential textures you can have for each of these. And so, good stuff. However, yeah, and then that's back to the normal one. And so you can see right here, since this isn't the base type, this is type 10, we won't be able to use it for stuff like that. However, since this is type 1, we can actually chisel it back and forth between all the other stuff. So this is the base X-tone tile, and its crafting recipe is stone slabs, some type of stone, and more stone slabs. So what we want is we want this to be it will still be taking stone, obviously, from a furnace is the idea, and it will be crafting it, that's stone bricks. Okay, let's clear out our inventory here a little bit, get some of this stuff out. And okay, stone. Okay, this recipe is ta-da, like that, and that gives us 6 stone slabs, which is enough for one batch of X-tone tiles. It gives us 8, by the way, so you know that's pretty cool. And now this next one, we will take. Here, just a moment. We gotta craft up some stone slabs. Take these stone slabs in a configuration like this, along with one of those, and that will give us the X-tone tiles, which we then take and just, you know, go into there. So we need to figure out some way of getting the stone into here, and so we will actually change that filter to stone slabs so that it won't take out the stone as soon as we put it in there. And that should be good. And when we put our furnace over there, and rearrange this, we don't need our crusher. Okay, that should start smelting stone. Let's put auto split on just for fun, and we need our lasers to go over there now. So let's grab up a couple of these. Let's just grab up all of them for, just 'cause, and run them over to our furnace right there. So here's our basic little setup right here. Yeah, stuff might start to back up a little bit, and so we'll probably want to mess around with this, and because what's going to happen is that the stone is all going to go into here because it's the closest one probably, and so none of it is going to go in here and replenish the stone that I've already put in there, and so that is going to end up being a problem, for obvious reasons. And so what we need to do is figure out some way around that. But for the moment, we're having a few mob problems because it is night right now, and I need to harvest all that. But what we want to do is make a mega torch, if I remember correctly. Yes, mega torch right here. And that's 2 diamonds, 3 torches, 2 blocks of gold, and some logs. I don't know if we have enough gold. We do have enough gold. Okay. Because I used some of it to make the seeds that we have, like a lot of it to make the gold seeds that we have. And so we have our 2 blocks of gold. That's pretty easy. We need 2 logs. Really easy. Okay, got our logs. And we need 2 diamonds, also quite easy. And we need our 3 torches, which we will just grab from somewhere out here, just for the ease of doing things right now. And now we have a mega torch, which I am going to actually put on top of this right here. And that also unlocks a quest for us under the utilities quest line. If we look around for a moment, you can see potion wand. Oh, okay, that's something different though. Mega torch, here we are. Okay, that gives us an elite bag, which is going to be quite nice. So let's open these up right here. Ooh, a lunch bag. That's actually just in time. I really needed that lunch bag. And that's actually some really good stuff right there. From that last bag. Okay, we can put our melons back in there. Let's sort out the inventory, harvest some crops, and I think this should have prevented mob spawning within a large area, even whether or not the area is lit or not. And so we shouldn't even need to put a lot of torches and other stuff down around here. And so, yeah, and so it shouldn't matter whether it's dark or not. We should be all set as far as stuff like that goes. Let's clean up our inventory and get back to you. Okay, simple solution has been acquired. You can actually turn this onto redstone mode, and so we can turn this on in redstone mode and it will start producing stone slabs, and we can turn it off and grab those and put them in here. We actually have more than enough stone for the moment, and so we're just going to turn that on and it will be producing the stone slabs that we need for the X-tone tiles. And now that we have a decent amount of X-tone tiles, I can show you what I'm doing to get these. It's a pretty simple process. Since chisels don't take durability here, don't have to worry too much about that. And so Corp right here gives us this one, and tank right here is literally the same exact one that we are using for that other one, and that's what we're going to be using the most of, honestly. So let's get this to the right setting, and where is it? Where did it go? There it is. Okay, and those two stack now. So yeah, good stuff. And so this will come along this whole way right here, and unfortunately for us, we're gonna have to make some of these, you know, keep some of those from growing for the moment being, and we are going to vein mine all of this up, and or at least a good chunk of it, and start filling this area in, which is going to be where our building is. So yeah, good stuff. So here's where the interesting part comes in. If we jump down in here, there's no way in or out right now. And that is not the way we want it to be. And so we want to mine out some entrances in here. And so what are we going to do around the entrances here? I'm not exactly sure. Not sure what our floor is going to be either at the moment, but we will get around to that. And so let's make our entrances 3 wide, and I'm mining out a little more so I can add some detailing along the side and do something like this potentially. Let's check this out here for a little bit. See what this looks like if we do a quick little thing right here. We don't need it to go that high, but let's see here. If we then, yeah, no, this is a good place to start the entrance, right? And we can then just do that over the top, and we'll use something like that as the entrance. And then we'll have these other little corner areas we can use for other stuff, and so on and so forth. But this is actually, this looks pretty good. I'm okay with this. And then in the middle we'll have another, nope, I can't place blocks. There we go. Another thing coming up with additional things on the side. Well, except for the fact that this is on the wrong layer. This will be a layer in, of course, and so we will get around to that eventually. And so I'm gonna do some building off camera and get back to you in a little while. Well, here we are. We built it up quite a ways, and we're not done yet. This is just kind of where we're at the time. We might even remove, I don't know, some of this stuff, or just build it up a lot farther and then put a antenna or something up off the top and flatline it or something. But this is what it looks like right now, and it actually looks really cool when you look down at it like this. Really, really neat. And so let's look at it on the map here real quick. It's kind of pyramid-ish looking, kind of interesting, but yeah, it does look kind of odd on the map, and especially when you're comparing it to the rest of the stuff. But you can see actually that's the mega torch right there in the middle. It actually looks really cool when you're looking at it on the map like this. But yeah, this is what it looks like, and it is looking pretty cool. And so if we take our glider out right here and turn around a little bit, you can see this is what it looks like right here. And this is pretty much what I had gone for. I actually haven't looked at it like this yet, and so this is actually quite interesting to see like this. It looks really cool from up top. Yeah, I will say that. This is okay. Yeah, no, I can live with this, at least for the moment being. We might make some adjustments in the future, though. Potentially. Instead of going for one up the middle, I decided to just go for 2 along the door thing, and then cap off how, small it can get at the top right there. And so, yeah, that's what this looks like, and it's looking pretty good, at least to me. And so this is the inside, and it looks really cool, actually. Inside, I really like this. I really like this. This is quite cool. So for the next part of this episode, we want to kind of work on a little bit of the stuff outside right here. get some of this stuff going, and we've had our thing right here going for a little while. Let's... Okay, that's fine. We can just keep the transfer pipe. I just wanted the transfer node off. And if we... You know what, we'll use X-tone tiles, that's fine. I'm okay with getting extra X-tone tiles. But we are going to, yeah, stop the production of future stone and stuff like that right now. We want to start working on some of the landscaping and stuff outside, and I want to make most of our farms be outside on this level right here. You know, that was my original thought, though, but actually, no. Hold up. We have phantom breakers and phantom placers. But the phantom placers don't do the... phantom breaker, phantom placer. No. We couldn't do crops like that. As much as I would love to. We could still put the crops out there, we just couldn't actually farm them like that. We'd have to, in order to actually farm them, we need to put them in a spot that will work. Oh, these... Oh. Fortunately, we have copies of all of our seeds in here. Yes, we do. Okay, we're good. We're all good. Because these things over here despawned. But everything should be fine right now. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking of a potential spot to set up automation of this, and that's why I'm thinking about potentially landscaping and stuff like that. And I want to potentially get in a spot that is a little more permanent. And let me think about this here real quick. Whoa. Okay, so this is what I want to be going on as far as our farm layer goes, and we're going to have this below the main layer of the tower that we built, and this is the general idea of what we want it to look like. However, all these mechanical users, when things are going off continuously like mechanical users like to do, then it can cause a bit of lag. However, if we set these to redstone pulse, then when they receive a redstone pulse, they will check, and that is it. And so, other than that, they won't check. So, if we set this up with a redstone circuit and other stuff like that, then we can have a much better system of things going on. And we'll be able to prevent more lag in this world, because I want this world to be pretty much lag-free. And so that is the idea. Always include an on-off switch. So, yeah. So this is the general idea. Obviously, this is a lot of mechanical users, and so we'll have to get some of the parts together. Let's look at the recipe right here. No, that is not a mechanical user. There we go. It's a dropper, which is, stone, cobblestone, redstone. That's really simple. Levers. That's also pretty simple. Resonating redstone crystals are just redstonia crystals in a furnace. Redstonia crystals are just a piece of redstone. So they're actually quite cheap. They're just like 2 pieces of redstone per, which is not bad by any means. But that is the general idea as far as what we want to have happen down here. And we'll have a bunch of different things going along each of the thing. Now, what are these logistical transporters right here? They're actually item pipes from Mechanism, and we are going to, below all of this, you can see those grass blocks below the mechanical users. Well, those are actually going to be our spots for growth crystals and things like that, and we will also have a layer below this, and this block in the center is going to be an elevator block. This is just a creative world, so we can, test this out, get a good idea for what the layout's supposed to be like. And so I've also tested it right here, and this will pick up items from anywhere in the allocated area, etc. And so we shouldn't have to worry about more than one of these per quadrant. And so we'll take the items out of there, sort them in some sort of crop sorting storage system thing down below, and then we will pipe some of the products, some of them, not all of them, up to the main layer. And so, but if we say want like seeds or stuff like that, then we can have a, say a, I actually think, is there a chest? Aha, there it is. This thing right here, the mini chest, we can use those to store a stack of each of the types of seeds that we need, and then use the rest of them, pipe the rest of them, to the places that to be reprocessed into their essences and stuff like that for mystical agriculture per se. And then the other rest of the seeds, say like wheat seeds and other stuff like that, we can just throw out or have some other alternative storage method for them. That actually looks quite good from the distance. But you may be wondering why we're on the side of the mountain right here, and that is for some wool. Let's actually show you though, these donuts get eaten really quickly. Like, they're super quick to eat. They don't provide very much saturation though, so, you know, still not quite the best as far as food type stuff goes. But it is, you do eat it faster, which is quite interesting. Thought I would show that off, but we're going to get some wool, and you may be wondering, why on earth do we need wool? Well, we were completely and totally out of it, and you always need wool. But there are also the elevators. I want to start making the elevator from the elevator OpenBlocks elevator mod, and that is just a wool around an ender pearl. Pretty simple to put together, but we do need some wool, and so I'm getting all of that stuff put together right now. Okay, so here we have our basic elevator setup. We raised our mega torch up a couple blocks, so you know, now it's right above our head. But if we come down like this, come up like that, it's just a space to go up, shift to go down. And these are all the layers we've set up so far, and so we can now go down and up between the layers pretty easily. And so now we have a space right here that we can mine out, and we don't even have to have a clear path between them. And so that's also a pretty good plus right there. So what we're going to do is clear out this area right here, all the area that we need for this layer of farm stuff. Okay, so here we have our basic layout so far. It's looking pretty good so far. We have the space right here, and we started to put down some droppers in as kind of a placeholder of sorts, but you know, there's only so many of those we can have. This is where the we only have so many right now. I only made a stack, and I'm left with half a stack, and I've only done this tiny little bit, and so this is where the chest is going to be. Of some assortment. It might just be a regular chest, it might be a crate. I think I'm gonna do a crate, but we'll have to end up seeing how that goes. We need a lot of worms for around this area, and this spot right here is where the pipe will go down, and we'll have stuff underneath all of this anyway because of, yeah, whatever. Because of the storage area underneath that we still need to dig out and sort out and stuff like that. But this is the area that I want stuff to be for the moment being. And so we need to start getting some stuff set up right here. And so we're running out of a bit of storage already, but we will get around to managing that eventually. Let's just see, no, not even enough room for 4 stone. I've been placing some of the leftover stone from digging out the area down there into this system right here, and so it's been chugging along, making some more X-tones and stuff like that. This chest is all full, and so yeah, we're running low on a bit of storage space, but that is absolutely fine. And so what we want to do is let's actually harvest our inferium and stone and start with that stuff. So first up, we want tier 5 inferium seeds. And so we will get around to doing that right now, actually. So tier 5 inferium seeds requires a bunch of supremium, and so we will use our infusion crystal with all of the inferium that we have right here to make a bunch of stuff and see if we have even remotely close to enough for what we want to do, and it does not look like we will, which is a shame. But let's just see how much we got right here. We got 5, and we need 8 for the next tier of inferium seeds. So, see, if we look right here at the uses for it, yeah, we need 8 around that to make a tier 5 inferium seed. So, we're most of the way there. We'll just have to be patient. For the moment, I think I'm going to continue having the inferium grow up here, just to hopefully get that tier 5 inferium stuff going sooner rather than later. This is our seed reprocessor at the moment, and these are all of the rest of our seeds, and so let's put all that in there for the moment. And come down here with our stone seeds. So we have stone seeds. Stone seeds and nether seeds are essential for pretty close to everything. Before we start planting everything and figuring out where it's going to go, we need a bunch of worms. So let's get a bunch of those going right now. We have a hoe. All we need to do is just run around the base right here and just till a bunch of land and hopefully get a bunch of worms. So here we are. We are about ready to wrap up this episode, and you can see down here we have some stuff growing all over the place, and the wheat will probably be changed out for magical crops and then grown somewhere else. But we'll just have to see how all that goes. Right now, along the outside, we have stone seeds along this wall. We have nether seeds along this wall. Along this wall, we will have inferium seeds, and I'm not sure what we're putting around there. This is all of our coal, which we make for coal. We use for coal essence, which we use for nether coal, which we will need a good chunk of later on, and so that's definitely a high priority item. We have iron and gold along here, and a bunch of other seeds, including redstone, I think we're going to put in this section right here. And then we have diamonds and quartz along here. We'll put the we'll give one of these for osmium. And we'll put some glowstone in, like, right here, along with the obsidian seeds, and then the fire seeds will go right there. We have water seeds, and then copper and tin in both of these. So, yes. That's the idea, at least. So that's how we're organizing it. And in the next episode, we need to put together a storage system and work on all of the objective stuff for, like, getting stuff in and out of here as far as the storage and harvesting of all of these go. And so we're going to work on the room beneath, at least mine it out and get some basic storage modules in place. However, these storage modules are in mechanism. And so if we... Oh, hey, Oh yeah, we did get the tier 5 Inferium, and so that's why they're down in here. So under storage, the storage quest line, we can see that this goes into our storage network, and eventually we'll want a storage network just dedicated to the management of all of the stuff down here. And so that'll be, yeah, at least that's the idea. And the bins are what we want to use to store some of this stuff, like the essences and stuff. We want to use the bins to store the essences, and then send some of it up to, like, say, a basic bin up at the main thing up there. And so we don't have as much up there as, say, like an ultimate storage bin that we would keep more down here, but we will still have access to plenty of the stuff up there. So let's open up this bag right here. We got copper dust, quarter heart, egg, and a lunch bag. I love lunch bags. Toast, a lot of cooked mutton, and some hamburger. So happy stuff. But we are going to do a comment of the day. Of the episode, not of the day. So the comment of the episode is from Kylo Crux, someone who is a part of the Creedcraft community, and mostly because he was the only actual comment on my last episode. You know, there was a hello and a wow, but, you know, those aren't really actual content comments. And so Kylo says, "Glad to see you're still alive. Just started my series on the QuixPack as well." And so yes, I am still alive, and videos will be coming out more. Vacation and other odds and ends stuff have made this series slow to start off with, but we will be ramping it up here soon. And Kylo does have his own series on this, and it's pretty good, so should definitely go check out his channel. There will be a link in the description below. But anyway, I will be doing a comment of the episode on each episode, so if you want your comment featured on an episode, feel free to comment, and I will sort through them and pick one that I like, and so on and so forth. And you have a potential to be featured on in a future episode of this series. So, I will see you around in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will, okay, yeah.